Hello, my co-hosts. Hope you're doing well. I'm your host, Tyranno Senpai, and welcome back to another episode of Tyranno Senpai Story Reviews. Last time, we unboxed this Hammond Collection Velociraptor, which I have since then actually done a slight repaint to. If you remember, the underbelly actually came up to about here, where the pubic bone would have been. So I decided to add a little bit more paint along the tail, because that would have been more accurate to the actual creature itself, as far as I know. So yeah, this is still a pretty good figure overall. But today we got another Hammond Collection figure. This one is actually kind of a late review because this one came a little bit later than I would have liked to, but it's finally here, and I can't wait to show it off to you guys. So here we go, revealing for the first time ever the Hammond Collection Baryonyx. This is, I think, the very first Baryonyx ever that I have ever owned. Period. I don't think I've ever owned a Baryonyx up until this point. This is the first time I've actually gotten one of these. And looking at it already, it looks fantastic just inside the packaging. So before we continue with the video, I'm just going to go ahead and talk about the packaging. We have this window here that extends out to about that far on the front of the box, showing the Baryonyx inside the packaging. On this side, we have the Jurassic Park logo in a gloss varnish. Down here, we have Baryonyx in amber type font. We have the Hammond Collection logo and some trees down here with the Mattel logo. I'm saying logo quite a lot. On this side of the box, we have, once again, the Hammond Collection over the top, a lovely render of the Baryonyx lit up by firelight, and of course the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom insignia. Then we look at the back of the box, we have another Fallen Kingdom insignia, the Hammond Collection here on the top, the Baryonyx right here in the gloss in its pose. We also have a little Baryonyx here, and some facts about the dinosaur, which reads out: as lava rains down, the Baryonyx bursts into the bunker, forcing Claire, Deering, and Franklin Webb to make a narrow escape in every respect. And then, of course, we flip to this side of the box, we have just the Hammond Collection logo. Then we flip it over the top. We actually have some orange light bars, which was not in the Velociraptor box. And, of course, the embossed Jurassic Park logo here of the T-Rex skeleton. I'm basically just going to say exactly what other people have said about this packaging. I wish the window extended out even further than this, so we could see more of the figure like the Amber Collection did. But, of course, I totally understand why they did this, to save money and things like that. But, in all honesty, I would have loved the window to come across, not like entirely the whole box, but enough to fill out this space here, because all we have is just this T-Rex logo. And the back of the box, I feel like could have more to it, like a bigger photo of the Baryonyx on this side. Just make it bigger, maybe make the render of the figure smaller and all that stuff. But other than that, it's a pretty solid looking box. So now I'm going to quickly find my scissors, and we're going to go ahead and open this bad boy up. And now all that's left to do is just to click the tail in place. So I'm just going to try to match it up to the hole as best I can. Oh! I didn't even need to twist it. It just clicked into place just like that. Wow! The Hammond Collection Fallen Kingdom Baryonyx. I'm going to toss that box down. Just looking at this figure right now, that looks so good. Alright, I think we should not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and take a look at this figure close up. Right out of the box, this is a gorgeous looking Baryonyx. It looks like faithful to the Fallen Kingdom counterpart with the crocodilian face and the scoots on the back. So let's go ahead and talk about it. The teeth are painted in. It's not like a separate piece like other Jurassic World toys have been in the past. There is a little bit of a spill of grayish brown paint over the teeth. If I can get close enough, you can see that there, but That's very minor. We have this very long crocodile-like skull, which is what the Fallen Kingdom Baryonyx is known for. It's not accurate, definitely not accurate by any means of the imagination. We have like this pale brownish gray for most of the body, and then this dark brown over the top. But what's really interesting is this shiny blue paint under the eye, and it shines in the light depending on which way you turn it about. And then we also have this tiny, tiny little yellow eye with a black narrow slit for the pupil. Oh, that looks great. That looks beautiful. And of course, we can open the mouth, take a look inside there. Oh, it just clicks into place. Nice and shiny. I can see the shine of the gum, the shine on the tongue. The tongue is textured. The tongue is textured. Look at that. And it's shiny too. Why couldn't we have this before, Mattel? And then we have the roof of the mouth, which is also textured and also shiny, with the same paint, a pink. That looks great. Absolutely phenomenal. My God, this thing's incredible. My first ever Baryonyx, and it's already looking pretty solid right now. Then we also have this piece here, which is just the back of the head. We got that continuation of the dark brown, grayish back, followed by, the gray body, and now this pale gray underbelly with these crocodile-like scales. Everything about the Baryonyx in Fallen Kingdom and Jurassic World is very crocodile-like, from the skull to the scutes or osteoderms on the back. Even the scales on the belly are very much like crocodiles. We can see this gorgeous dark gray going all along the entire length of the dinosaur's back, even all the way to the tip of tail right here, which is something that Mattel doesn't really do anymore with their main line of dinosaur figures, which I think is a step up from what we've had in the past. So we continue on back from the body. We have this long S-curved neck. Then we have the body itself, which is kind of thick, very muscular. You can see the rib cage here, the rows upon rows of crocodile scales along the spine. Of course, you can see like little cuts here where the mold was. You can also check out the arms. Look at that. Nice thick arms, with muscle definition along the biceps and triceps. Pretty sure that's the way it goes around. The nicely sculpted claws. They actually got the thumb claw to be bigger than the other two fingers on each hand, which is accurate. Baryonyx's name translates to heavy claw. So when its fossils were first found, they found this giant claw, which was on its thumb, and that's how the dinosaur got its name. We can see more of these beautiful crocodile scales along the belly, along here. Then we move on to the legs. We got more muscle definition, more continuation of that grayish-brown paint with the stripes and all that. I forgot to mention, all this outline of the gray stripe along the body. My gripe about it is that it starts here when I feel like it should go all the way to the face. So I might touch up on that later, because one of the things I want to do is actually repaint some of the parts that I feel like should have been painted over. Not that I'm saying that it's not, bad. I'm just saying I want to put my own spin on it, that sort of thing. Make mine unique. I also kind of want to do the same with the underbelly, just add some more paint along the stomach here, because although they got the tail paint all the way to here, I feel like they could have done the same thing with the underside. So that's something I'm probably going to have to do better with. But this Baryonyx looks so cool. Then we go to the knees of the Baryonyx. We have this giant calf. Like, Jesus, is bulging with muscle. We go to the ankle and the foot with 3 painted claws. We have the dew claw here that's not painted at all. And underneath the right foot is the Jurassic World logo. And then, of course, we have this long tail, which is a very hard rubber, but still very bendable because of the wire inside. It does not feel like the Amber Collection rubber at all. It does not feel flimsy. It does not feel like it's going to break with the slightest pressure. This feels like it's going to last for a very long time. I feel like the tail of the Baryonyx could be longer than this, but in my opinion, that actually looks like a far more decent length. than what we see in the main Jurassic line, where the tails are kind of like stopped here. This looks like a proper length. I just feel like the tail of the Baryonyx from Jurassic World could be a little bit longer. I'm saying the tip would probably actually be over here. But that being said, this is a great looking sculpt and great application on this particular Baryonyx. I think I might like this one better than the first Hammond Collection Velociraptor. Just everything about, like, you look at this, and you can tell it's the Baryonyx from Fallen Kingdom. Whereas you look at the Hammond Collection Velociraptor, it just looks like a Jurassic World Raptor with the Jurassic Park colors. This is great. If they actually do more of the Hammond Collection Baryonyx, I would love to see a Grim, a Chaos, and a Limbo. I would love to see all three of these, even though Chaos would kind of be this one, because they're basically the same. But either way, this looks great. So I think we're now done talking about the sculpt. Let's actually do some comparisons with other Mattel figures and Hammond Collection figures of the past. So to start it off, we will start with the Jurassic World Dominion Therizinosaurus, which once again is not in shot perfectly, but the Hammond Collection line is actually supposed to be in scale with the main line. If that's the case, this Baryonyx is puny in comparison to this. It's, once again, this Therizinosaurus looks like it could easily impale this Baryonyx just by slashing through its gut. I forgot you were a noisy one. Up next, we have the epic roaring T-Rex, which again dwarfs this Baryonyx. Look at the size of that thing! And we know there's a Hammond Collection T-Rex coming up, which is probably going to be about the same size. This thing's giant! Look at that! If I wrap its head around its jaw, look at that. Oh! It can easily bite its head right off. And for our final comparison, here is the Hammond Collection Velociraptor. Phew, not much of a size difference. Baryonyx is definitely bigger in every aspect. But I feel like this would actually be an even fight. These two are perfectly in scale with each other. Baryonyx, slightly bigger, but still. Now, between these two, as I said before, I choose the Baryonyx over this Velociraptor. This just looks way too good. But anyway, now let's actually talk about articulation. So right out the gate, this Baryonyx has quite a lot of articulation to offer. We have the lower jaw, which you can open like that, and we also have an upper jaw that can stretch out about that wide. So we can get a pretty wide jaw opening here. I'm pretty sure it can go even wider, but I don't want to push it just yet. Of course, we can close and open it. I actually want to try to get the upper jaw to go up if I can. Yeah, a little bit like that. We also have the head articulation, which can look straight up, which is kind of cool. And we can also bend the neck that far down. Both of these joints can go all the way around. It would look very weird, but you know, in case you want to show it like with his neck broken and things like that, it'd be pretty cool. We also have arm articulation. We can move the arm up and down. You know, because it's on a ball joint, we can also move it all around in a perfect 360. Maybe not as perfect as I thought, as I just had a bit of trouble there. You can also rotate the wrist, which also is on a ball joint, and you can also bend the elbows, which is pretty cool. It provides a whole lot of range of motion. And then, of course, we have leg articulation. You can move the thigh up and down. You can also pull the legs in and out, like for wide hip movement. You can also bend the knee, and that's so easy to manipulate. I'm not applying that much force at all. You can push it back, push it front. You can also bend the ankle, stretch it out, you know, and also the foot. You can push it up, push it back down, and since it's all a ball joint, it can swivel around, as well as other parts of the leg. And as for the tail, it is a solid piece. It is made of rubber, and it can bend. So there's a whole wide range of motion you can do with that tail. So with that said, I think it's now time that I pose this bad boy. And here it is, poised and ready for action to come out of Fallen Kingdom, out of Camp Cretaceous, and now into Jurassic World Dominion. As, spoiler alert, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a Baryonyx with a mechanical arm as a prosthetic, so that's going to be pretty cool to see. I did hear that these figures could stand on one foot. However, I just decided to prop his one foot on his single toe claw, and I think it looks great. Look at that. This is by far, this is my first Baryonyx ever, and already it's one of the best looking ones I've ever seen in a while. And that's, I think it was like $20 in the United States. This is worth it. I'm actually amazed it's worth $20. I would have charged more than that. But, however, that being said, the sculpt does have a few missing paint applications, like on the tail and on the underbelly. But other than that, it's not perfect by any stretch of imagination. No figure is perfect. But this is a solid 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. It's better than the Hammond Collection Velociraptor by every way. It's just incredible. This is a Hammond Collection figure I definitely recommend you pick up. When I saw photos of this Baryonyx, I went bonkers. That was the most incredible thing I had ever seen. And now looking at it in the flesh, that looks great. Look at that thing. That's phenomenal. I got this one not from Target, but Big Bad Toy Store. That's why I was kind of late. Also, because apparently Target doesn't deliver to my area, so I had to find other means of getting it here. I also tried getting it on eBay. Bruh, they were charging $50 for this. I'm like, $50 for this? Are you kidding me? It's not worth that much. But yeah, if you want to pick up a Baryonyx, don't pick out the ones from the main line. This is the definitive Jurassic World Baryonyx figure you want in your collection. But with that said, I think it's time I wrapped up the video. I am going to try to get my hands on the Hammond Collection Parasaurolophus, as that is the other dinosaur that was showcased alongside the Baryonyx. And there's also the T-Rex, the Ceratosaurus, Triceratops, Gallimimus, and of course the human characters that I want to get. So, if you want to stay tuned to that, leave a like, subscribe today, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything new. Link to the Discord in the description down below, as well as my Twitch. And until next time, this is Tyranno Senpai signing off. Alrighty then, take care now. Bye-bye then.